Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Flash, and this is the Bundesliga show. Tin helmets on, big woolly jumper because it's freezing. If you go anywhere near Bayern Munich or Dortmund last week, fancy they're both going to be coming back strong this week. And I've got a plus 400 bet that I've already pressed the button on. In fact, I've got plus 500, but I now know it's plus 400. So look forward to that at the bottom of the show. Obviously, we've got Tan and we've got Alex who'll be going through it. But if you like this video, please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell, and that means that we'll notify you. You'll never miss any content again. And also, if you've got friends who love their sports betting and they love the Bundesliga, then tell them, come and join us. You're our third guest. Make sure that you get yourselves in the chat and let us know that you're a first-time subscriber. Also, press the link in the description. If you can read, then it's great for you because you can go over there and see what Tan and Alex and Dave and Martin have wrote. And also, we've got plenty other writers on plenty other sports. So go over there and enjoy yourselves. I'm not even gonna bother talking to these two. Freddie, stick the records up, please. Cold. Absolutely freezing. Alex, he loved it first few weeks. He was at -8 units down at this time last year and finished in positive. So for him, that's like 10 units up. 0.05 Tancredi -1.35 Flash. Parlay, we've had no wins out of 2 parlays. I'm sure that's going to change this week.
I'm sorry, you copied the one from Syria at me. I'm 5-3 with plus 0.99. I am almost.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't do that, obviously. So don't even worry. But the total is not plus 730 neither. I don't even know where that's come from. So get rid of that record, and I'll make sure. And Freddie's pointing and saying it's me, but I'll have a little look in a minute and see.
It's all the time you. I mean,
it's always me.
Once again, the ons from Yorkshire are back. No, it's mine. No, it's
right.
you. No, it's mine.
You keep talking. First game, Union at plus 130, draw plus 250, and Mainz at plus 220. Alex, we've got to find some winners this week, and we've got to tread very carefully because certain teams look very, very ordinary.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the kind of match that I wanted to start with, obviously. To be honest, the value is on Union here at home against a disappointing Mainz team that conceded 7 goals in 2 matches. Okay, then the first one, it was normal. It was against Leipzig. The second one at home against, we touched on this subject, on Stuttgart being a newly promoted team, but a great team with a great history in the German top flight league. So, but I don't think that Mainz to concede 4 goals on their turf against Stuttgart is very normal. So if you put me to choose between 2 teams, just a lean, I'm going with Union Berlin, who showed a great ambition against Gladbach last week. And remember, one of our leans was Union Berlin, draw double chance at Gladbach.
Yeah, and listen, Gladbach, they're one of them teams that you'd think are going to be up there in the top 6. Worst case scenario, Tan?
Look, honestly, this is the typical, in my opinion, the typical German, the Bundesliga game of the over 2.5 goals. The odds on 2.5 goals are anyway decent. It's 1.80. 1.80 European odds. It's tough to find it like that in Bundesliga on over 2.5 goals. 5 goals were scored in the Mainz game in the previous round. 4 were scored in the first round against Leipzig. Union in the first round touched the over 2.5 goals, and in the previous one it was 1-1 against Gladbach. There are, as always, I will always repeat this every week in Bundesliga. Every week there are at least 3 games worth of the over 2.5, and this is one of those.
Over 2.5.
Worth in terms of odds, because again, like last week, when we said that the first game, I don't remember which one, Hertha Berlin versus Eintracht, over 2.5 goals at 1.7, it was It was just another gift from the football gods, from the football bookmakers. So
don't even get me started on Hertha. Don't even get me started on them. They were an absolute joke.
It was the over 2.5. This is what I can say to you. And that was also my banker, the Alex Classic there. So
oh, yeah, pull the ladder up, Alex.
I don't care who lost or who won.
No I in team, but there is an I in win. Okay, anyway, listen, we're not going to go near Union on Mainz, but listen, Dortmund at minus 330, the draw plus 550, and Freiburg at plus 1100. Tan, Dortmund must bounce back.
Yeah, exactly. Also, it was not only the way they have lost against Augsburg, also the way they have lost against in the German Super Cup was really burning in the very last minute. This decision from Favre that everybody questioned, and everybody was fair to question when he replaced Haaland half hour to go in the game. It was like, what are you doing? The Italian commentator, when he saw Haaland walking out, he said, and here comes a substitution of Haaland from Favre that obviously doesn't want to win this game. And that's actually exactly what happened. Now, Freiburg has been very solid, still undefeated, 1 win and 1 draw, but Dortmund must bounce back. We need to find some value in this. And in my opinion, the value is in Dortmund winning both halves, half-time and full-time. And in European odds is 170. And it is some quite of value.
Okay, Barca man likes Dortmund to win and Haaland to score at any time, and I think that's at minus 125, which is 4 to 5 or 1.8 on the European odds. Dortmund definitely win this game, surely, Alex.
Nothing is sure in Bundesliga.
You love your Dortmund, though.
I love Dortmund, but Jadon Sancho just announced his manager that he wants out. Manchester United put it 100 million pounds on the table. He wants out with I don't know. It might go to the last day of the transfer window, and they are saying that he's ill for this match, how he was ill also for the Super Cup. So that says a lot of Jadon Sancho. 2 weeks ago, the Dortmund director said that there is no way Jadon would leave. Jadon will stay with us for at least 1 season, so don't even think about him leaving. And here we are after 2 weeks with 100 million pounds on the table, waiting for an answer there. I am sure that he will not play, or I don't know. He will play, he will not play, he will not be focused. This is what I can tell you. Torgan Hazard is injured. Also, some other players. Freiburg, I liked Freiburg. They were consistent in the first in the first 2 weeks. I think that they will go there to strike on the break. They will have a defensive approach. And if you put me to choose something from this match, which I'm skipping, I'm going Freiburg plus 1.5 on the Asian handicap at even money.
Plus 100. Okay, so a lot of people are just going a little bit blind here on Dortmund. Minus 1.5. Dortmund win both halves. Listen, I expect Dortmund to win, and if they don't, but I tell you what, if they don't, it won't be costing me anything because I'm leaving it well alone.
And also, Sean MCK, our friend, is saying that if Jadon Sancho will go to Manchester United, for sure this is the wrong team for him and he will be destroyed. I don't know your thoughts about that, Flash.
You know my thoughts. My thoughts have always been the same. He's not worth 100 million. So if you're Dortmund, not only bite the hand of Man United for offering 100 million, you take off the whole arm. You just say, oh my God, because remember, I think Hakimi was 56. Hakimi and Sancho, you've got Hakimi here and Sancho here.
They are playing different roles. Come on, they're not the same players.
They are the same player. They are. One's a good player and one's not as good. Frankfurt plus 135, Alex. Draw plus 275. And Hoffenheim at plus 220. Hoffenheim, they're absolutely on fire.
absolutely on fire. You would say, wow, they destroyed Bayern Munich. They scored 4 goals. We touched on this subject with Kramaric. I think that he's an essential player for Hoffenheim right now. On the other part, you have Andre Silva, that he's on top of the shape. I think that he's one of the most consistent players, and he will be this season. You will see him playing a great season with goals and assists. Eintracht Frankfurt, I really like that how they're playing on the wings there with Kostic in the left, delivering so many assists. Bas Dost scored with a header after so many matches, and we thought that Bas Dost is the king of the headers, because he's so tall, and in Portugal he was playing this role. I'm thinking that I'm going the Alex Classic here, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.72, and I'm making this the banker.
Yeah, and I'm already going to say I fancy that's got to go through to the 2-team parlay for Bundesliga. I agree totally. I don't think Kostic will play, though, because obviously he twisted his knee ligaments against Hertha. I thought, listen, they cruise through, but I'm wondering how bad Hertha really are, and you'll hear about my thoughts on them. Now, Cologne plus 300.
What?
Oh, sorry,
You don't
Tan.
bet me?
Yeah, I mean, Frankfurt and Hoffenheim, you want to copy us? Sorry, mate.
No, I don't want
mistake.
to copy that. I will go fast because, guys, we have to release our friends in 90 minutes when the Champions League is starting. Better to close the party before the other party starts. 4 games played. First of all, Hoffenheim. Well, you probably were wrong with Hoffenheim Bayern. I wasn't.
Oh, thanks.
I was with both teams to score. So I was good. But anyway, what is happening is that in all the games of these Frankfurt and Hoffenheim, always is happening that the game is opening in the second half. In fact, both games of Frankfurt, both games of Hoffenheim, it was over 1.5 goals in the second half. And I'm going with this again. It's 165 in European odds. And let me thank, actually, even Enoch Mensah from Ghana. His greetings come from Ghana. He's saying, Tancredi, my man, he's a humdinger. I have learned a new word. I didn't know what meant. I had to Google before saying it because I was afraid it was a bad word. So humdinger, I'm going to take it.
Oh, for some reason, I thought you was going to mention being sent a Ghana shirt there, but okay.
I have it already.
Private message. Okay, Tan, I'll come to you. Cologne, plus 300. Draw, plus 300. Monchengladbach at plus 100. The way that Cologne have started, everything always says, Alex Classic. Both teams to score an over 2.5 goal. Monchengladbach, this is a perfect matchup for them to get 3 points.
Quite on point, everything. I'm just not sure if it will be until Alex Classic, but it's very close to be. Let's say that if you want to be sure, you just pick the both teams to score. It's at 160 European odds. They just have easy way to find the goal and to concede goals. So more for Gladbach than for Koln, I have to say. But Koln also have to slide back after losing to Armenia. So I would say if you want to be totally safe, 160 both teams to score. Or otherwise, go on with Alex Classic.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Monchengladbach, we look at them and they're plus 100 away at Cologne. Cologne look in absolute dire. And I wouldn't put anyone off them going down this year. So maybe in early futures, I know, listen, I don't like short-termism in football or in soccer. But Cologne, they tell me that they cannot keep clean sheets. And if they don't score enough goals, they are going to be in the bottom 3. In your own time, Alex? No? Have I lost Alex there, Freddie? Okay, no worries. Well, we're going to go. I'll come back to Alex then when we've got him. But we're going to move on to Stuttgart at plus 300. Draw plus 320. And Leverkusen at minus 120, Tan.
Look, Stuttgart really on fire, if we have to talk about someone, and in some way has been disappointing. Leverkusen. It's true that they, anyway, I mean, more than disappointing, I would say they lose. They don't have the sparkle. They don't have the sparkle because anyway, it was good against Leipzig to draw.
Yeah,
but
they played well.
Yeah, but we are talking anyway about a team that easily was getting to goal and scoring in the last two games. Not in the last two games, in the last season. And now, after two games, they have one goal scored, one conceded. Very strange for a German team. While Stuttgart, anyway, I like them. I like the way they have been. They had a plan against Mainz. So I found something that could be worth in this game without risking too much. And it is about the double chance, the home double chance, Stuttgart to win or draw. Is very, very well paid. Is at 2 European odds, the home double chance. And considering the way Stuttgart have played, I think they can hold against Bayern Leverkusen.
Okay, there looks to be very few clean sheets hanging around, Alex. Let me just flick back to you, though. For the Cologne and Monchengladbach game, I fancy Monchengladbach far too strong. And I was also saying that, obviously, I don't like short-termism, but they don't keep clean sheets, Cologne. And if they don't score enough goals, they're going to go down.
Yeah, 2 defeats in a row, and the most important defeat against Arminia Bielefeld, the newly promoted side. They had their chances to score, but it was it was not what we were expecting from Koln, a team that have a decent attacking firepower, but who are leaving a lot of spaces at the back. And Thuram and Plea from Gladbach are 2 experienced players, and they have speed, and they are scoring goals for fun normally. And they love this kind of teams that they can go like in how you say, I don't know. In our country, this is a saying, like they are going into the Schweizer. The Schweizer is that yellow. Anyways, so Gladbach at 1.85 for me. I don't know how to translate this. It's a saying, anyways.
Yeah, don't worry. But what about, so listen, you're with me on Monchengladbach. And what about Stuttgart and Leverkusen? Leverkusen played well last week against Leipzig, and Leipzig, they're going to be top 3.
Yes, I think that they were unlucky not to win that game, to be honest. At 1-1, the way that they were attacking and they were pressuring Leipzig in the second half was great, you know. I thought, oh my God, you see now Leverkusen will score, but they didn't after all. It's time for them to score more than 1 goal, you know, and but it will not be easy against Stuttgart. What I can say to you about Stuttgart, and they will lose very, very tough at home. On their turf, many teams will struggle to beat Stuttgart. This is why I really like Tan's double chance here on the home side. But I love the Alex Classic at 1.75. Both teams to score in the over 2.5 goals in the match for me there, with Stuttgart having the first chance to pull off the upset, if we can say that, against a good Leverkusen side.
Okay, well, what I'm going to say next in the next game has never been heard in the last 3 years. So I'll give you the prices first, and it's Werder at +120, draw +260, and Bielefeld at +250. No complication here for me. I think that Werder have got their confidence back, and I've just already pressed the button. Alex.
No, I cannot press the button. Yes, they beat Schalke, but let's be honest. Schalke right now are the worst side I don't know if in the entire league, but I can say that the entire league, because right now, if I remember correct, yesterday they sacked, or 2 days ago they sacked David Wagner. But against this Werder side, what I can say, you don't know what to expect from them. This is why I'm not even touching this game. Yes, I will hope that Werder wins this game, but yeah, Armenia are a team for me to fade, but not against Werder. I don't know. I have my doubts about this game.
I've just got them as a perfect matchup, Alex. I see the players, and you know what they're like, and this is a term that I always use, or I use it quite often, is flat track bully. And I see that Werder have gone into Schalke. They've done the job. I watched the game. They were like free flowing. They passed the ball. They started having a little bit of their swagger, and they'll have too much for Bielefeld, Tan.
But again, it was against the Schalke. Again, it was against Schalke.
I know, but it takes that one game, you know, like to get your confidence back, and also put last season right to the back of their mind. In fact, it never even happened. It's a clean slate for these players. And remember, Werder, they should have been up in maybe the top 8, and they weren't. They only stayed up on the last day of the season.
I might agree with you here, given the fact that if you are Werder and if you are thinking that you fight it last season to avoid relegation, and Armenia, Bielefeld are coming from the Zweite Bundesliga. So basically, they are your opponents to avoid relegation. So you must make points with them, right?
Yeah, you must. Exactly that. And at plus 120, it just jumped off the page. Tan.
Hey, I'm the one that is trying to keep it short this time, more than you all. I have to say, Armenia Bielefeld have been very well surprising, disciplined, tactical disciplined. These gave them points and allowed them not to concede a lot. What you are saying about Werder restoring confidence with this game lasting the season could be right. We'll see, but I understand your point. Let's say that, in my opinion, at least it won't be easy against Bielefeld, exactly for this discipline they have. So, if I have to pick one, I would go with my good old friend of draw at the halftime, which is very, very high, because you can find it at 360, a draw halftime at 360. And if you look,
2.25.
Yeah, 2.25, 360.
360 European odds,
yes. Tan. That's why your scores are so high. You're giving me wonky odds.
Draw at the halftime.
I know, I broke down draw at the halftime. Okay, what about Leipzig at minus 290, draw plus 550, and everyone's whipping boys Schalke at plus 1100. But I remember someone said Schalke would be the surprise team to push for a European place.
Yeah, but I have to say that after they have sold Bentaleb and now Nastasic will go, I also said, anyway, I was wrong. But I also said, give me anyway by October 6th the chance to review that. Anyway, let's stay on point. Leipzig, Schalke. It's almost, Leipzig didn't collapse like Bayern and Dortmund did, but Schalke did and is sinking. But it's hard to find the value here. There is not much to explain. It's hard to find the value. And in my opinion, to find the value here is going with Leipzig winning half-time and full-time. It's at 1.70 European odds. So honestly, with that, I stay good.
Okay, the other problem I've got here now is that Leipzig, I think their odds have moved because of obviously David Wagner being sacked. But then you have a new manager potentially coming in. So will Schalke now?
He's still not there. That's the point. He's still not there at Schalke, the new manager. If they would have appointed him, I would actually agree with you. But he's still not there.
No, yeah, but if you let me finish, Tan, it's because you know that there's a new manager coming in and he will be already in the wings. He will be obviously either in the crowd or he will be watching. So they know that there's someone that they've got to catch their eye. But, and this is the big thing with Schalke, they've not got enough quality. They do not score enough goals. And I think Leipzig at -2 could be the way to go, Alex.
Yeah, no, I don't know if they will beat them so bad. I hope they will, because I really like this RB Leipzig side, and they need to bounce back after that 1-1 draw against Leverkusen, which is not bad if you think about it, on the road against Leverkusen. Leverkusen, a good side, but they appointed the new guy. He's not with the team yet, but they appointed him yesterday. It was all over the news, also on the club's official homepage, and his name is Manuel Baum. And his second coach is, if you know, Naldo, that played with Schalke, former Schalke player. This Baum guy coached Augsburg for 4 seasons. And also, before coming right now to Schalke, he coached Germany's under-20 and under-18. So I don't know how fast he will change the things. For sure, he doesn't have time to change the situation till the match against RB Leipzig. He is very, very lucky that next week we have the international break. So 2 weeks he has time to prepare for the next round of fixtures in Germany. But not only that they sacked David Wagner, they sacked also the other coaches, his secondary coaches, 2 of them. So there is no one right now to prepare the team. So you might be right with Leipzig beating them badly, but I still think that Leipzig halftime, full-time at 1.75 is the right bet to take.
Okay, well, that's exactly what we'll do then. We'll have a little look, Leipzig, and just find maybe a few tweaks of Leipzig to win and someone to score. I mean, Barca man, who loves that combination, said he's gone with Leipzig and Poulsen, anytime goal scorer, and that's at plus 123. Now, Wolfsburg at minus 105, draw plus 270. Augsburg at a massive 410, coming off that victory last week. This looks like a very tough game. Can't split them. The draw. Alex.
Okay.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, we leaned for the draw last week, Wolfsburg against Freiburg, and they draw 1-1, so our lean was correct. We didn't pull off the trigger, but this is, again, another type of match that I'm seeing a draw. Again, it's not one of my top selections for this week, my official picks, but again, I'm seeing a draw between, you will say, okay, Augsburg coming off that 2-0 defeat against Dortmund, they have the first chance to beat Wolfsburg on the road, but it's not that easy. I think, again, a draw with goals, maybe a 1-1 type of match here.
Both teams to score, maybe 10 could be the way to go, but a scoring draw that could pay good.
I won't go on that. We know it's hard to find games with no goals. I mean, not both teams to score or under 2.5. Well, what happened is that in 3 out of the 4 games played by Wolfsburg and Augsburg so far, we saw that there was under 2.5 goals, and I saw that under 2.5, it's a 2.10 European odds, and they are a bit, especially Wolfsburg is a bit boring, but anyway, they prefer to settle back. Probably all the things are not clicking yet, so preferring this way. So I prefer not touch the odds on the final result, but when I see 2.10 on under 2.5 goals, again, 3 out of 4 games they played were at that outcome, I take that.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, I'm happy just to move on to this next game because I've pressed the button on 2 bets here already, and you're going to think I'm a little crazy. But Bayern at minus 600, the draw plus 850, and Hertha Berlin at plus 1800. Before I go to Tan, obviously Hertha was my banker last week because they play with tempo. They know what they're doing. They're organised. They were shocking. They were an absolute disgrace. From the first minute, they were playing as if they were 5-0 up. The 2 defenders, they couldn't mark me in a telephone box. And if you don't know what a telephone box is, it's like 4 foot by 4 foot. I would lose them in a telephone box. They're not comfortable on the ball. They mark space. They duck out of headers. I'm going to make this short. I've gone with Bayern minus 3.5, Bayern minus 4. Bayern score minimum of 5 here, Tan.
In fact, I mean, even if they played midweek, but you saw that they were just relaxing. No, they weren't just relaxing against Hoffenheim, as I was warning in the preview of the game, and that's why I went both teams to score and not an outcome on Bayern at that time. It was like Hoffenheim are anyway a very good team, and they can give problems to Bayern. Obviously, I wasn't expecting a 4-1 and maybe not even a win of Hoffenheim, but that's why I thought. Now, with Hertha, it's not the same, because the moment they were starting to build confidence, they just wasted everything. If I have to take something, considering that I feel like Bayern will keep on scoring as they did the German Super Cup, my value is going on the pure over, but not the over 2.5 goals. It's too low. Over 3.5 goals. It's at 170 European odds, and actually the over 3.5 is always coming out in the Bayern games.
Yeah, I agree. I even looked at that myself, but I was going to go with Bayern to win and over 4.5, over 5. I couldn't find where they say. I just believe that they are going to get absolutely tortured because this side will pressure them, and they're not technically good enough, Alex.
What do you mean? You went for minus 3.5 on the Asian handicap?
I'm -4.
So the minus 3.5 is at 3.55. The minus 4 is at 5.8.
Correct. But I got +4. I got +500. But anyway, we'll put it up on the record anyway. And I think the minus 3.5. I think I must got maybe +200 and something.
Plus 250.
Yeah.
No, I will skip. I will skip this game.
You just cheer it on for me.
Yeah, I will cheer on for you guys. Another trophy for Hansi Flick. I think that it was the 5th one in less than 1 year. So yeah, amazing performance, and they are thinking about the new coach maybe next season. Hansi Flick will stay for sure at least this season. But yeah, when you can't find the value, you must keep it. I would say that the over 3.5 looks better as an official tip, the one that Tancredi said. But yeah, let's see. Maybe you can hit that 5.8, 6.0.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the 6.0, and as you'll see now, I'm going to put the records up. Freddie, put the selections up with obviously the asterisks. Get them up there for me, please, my boy. Here we go. Frankfurt is Alex Classic at -135. That's his banker. Stuttgart, Alex Classic, -134. Leipzig, half-time, full-time at -130. And Gladbach at -120. Tan. Leipzig, half-time, full-time, also at -130. Dortmund, half-time, full-time at -125. Bayern to win and over 3.5 goals at -125. Stuttgart, the draw at +320. That's massive. And Union and Mainz, over 2.5 goals in the game at -125. Werder, +120. That's my banker. Leipzig to win and under 4.5 goals at -125. Now, this is, I changed this because I was going for 3.5, and I just thought, well, I think they win by 3 goals minimum. So my -4 is a free bet. So it's Bayern -3 on the Asian handicap at +180, which is obviously 2.8. But Bayern -4 on the Asian handicap was +440. I've gone with 1 unit each on them. I believe my +440 is actually a free bet because I see Bayern winning by 3. Worst case scenarios. But anyway, listen, we need to have 2 games for our 2-team parlay that we put forward from the European leagues. We've already decided on Frankfurt, both teams, the Alex Classic at 1.72. Tan, which other game would you like to be put forward?
Okay, so let's say Dortmund to win Freiburg first half and second half. Okay. No, sorry. Leipzig to win Schalke first half and second half. And then I would say Bayern Hertha over 3.5 goals.
Bayern to win and over 3.5?
Over 3.5 goals. just in the game.
Over 3.5 goals in the game?
Yes.
Okay, Alex? Alex has crashed on me again, Freddie?
No. I because I'm sneezing and I have my nose running, so I don't want to disturb you. So I said the Eintracht Frankfurt Alex Classic there as my first selection, and between the two that Tan said, I prefer Leipzig halftime full timer.
Okay, well that's what we'll do then. We'll go with Leipzig halftime full time at 175 and Frankfurt Alex Classic at 1.72. So that's going to put everything forward. And remember, we did the Premier League one yesterday, so watch that back as well. Now, if you like this video, which why wouldn't you like this video? Was winners galore this week. Bayern Munich -4, 5-6 nil. We love that one at plus, and that's how you get yourself from here to here in one go. But please subscribe, press the button, and ring the bell. Ring the bell means we'll notify you. You'll never miss any content again, and there's so much content for you over the coming weeks. Also, press the link in the description. It takes you over to all the articles that are wrote by Tan, Alex, Martin, Dave, and everyone else on the SBR crew of all the sports we cover. Now, enjoy the weekend. Alex and Tan, let's get this Bundesliga sorted. I think there's a few gifts for us there. Everyone in the chat, you have a great weekend. And remember, Bayern Munich win. They score 5. Let's hope the other team, Hertha, score none. Gentlemen, have a great weekend.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Ciao, guys. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao. And enjoy the Champions League draw. Enjoy, everyone in the chat. And we'll see you again very, very soon. Don't forget, it's La Liga tomorrow morning. And they have been absolutely on fire. Ewan from La Liga Lowdown last week gave you Elche to win at his Eibar at +415. Moi just kept it simple. Banker. Real Madrid win to 0. Leave you on that. Take care.
Ciao, ciao.